But great things that were said Saturday night at Iowa Speedway, Jackie, as we had the Camping World Truck Series event from NASCAR at the racetrack. And we thought it would be very cool if we brought in someone last Friday to talk to him, a local guy. The one and only Brett Moffitt was here chatting with us. And we told him and we chatted and we agreed before he left. We knew he was going to be strong in Iowa on Saturday night. We said, if you win, you have to be back on the show this week. And he's living up to his promise. Brett Moffitt from Mooresville, North Carolina, right now inside the race shop. Good morning and congratulations once again, Brett Moffitt.
Thank you, guys. That was an amazing night for sure to be able to get it done in the home state and all the support from not only you guys but all the fans and family around there. It was truly a blessing.
So what was it really like to get out in front of that entire field? You led, 76 laps, and you're not used to that. Now, you've won in the Camping World Truck Series before, but you usually only lead the most important laps, the last couple. What was it like having all that time to think about it?
It was not very fun, that's for sure. It was definitely a stressful last 40 laps there with Noah Gregston running us down, but in the end, we had a really good Destiny Holmes Tundra, and we were able to hold them off. So it was not the way I'm used to winning them, but I'll take them any way I can get. And we really flexed our muscles and showed them what we had.
Yeah, you mentioned that it was your Tundra there, but you have a little bit different perspective when it comes to the resources that your team has compared to that guy that was knocking on your door, because he had a huge organization behind him. Explain to everybody the difference between your organization and what you were fighting against.
Yeah, KBM has also obviously built a very, very competitive race team in the Truck Series, and they've done a great job and been great for the sport and the series. But all you can see here is what we've got. We don't have the biggest shop and we don't have the most trucks, like I said, but Shigeatori's done a great job of putting quality people in place, and we all work really hard. They actually came back and were working in here on Sunday to get ready for Gateway this weekend.
All right, so which truck is behind you right now? The one that's lettered up, if you look over your left shoulder, which one is that right there?
This one here is actually our backup truck. So it was going to need to be our primary if we wrecked at Iowa, but thankfully we got out of Iowa without a scratch on it, and we're going to take that same race-winning truck to Gateway this weekend.
Now, you also mentioned not only racing in Iowa, but it being Father's Day weekend, that meant a lot to you. Did you live up to everything that you were hoping for?
Oh, for sure. My dad's always been there for me in my racing career. Lou knows that all the way from the time I was racing go-karts and modifieds in Iowa. And he's only missed one race in my whole life with every race that I've done. So, he's always been my rock, and for him to be there on Father's Day and my whole family to be there and to go to victory lane for him, that was really special. And it was truly just the perfect storm that all things came together this weekend in the home state.
Now, by winning in Iowa on Saturday, you are now third in the point standings. You have 2 wins, so you're locked in to the playoff situation right now, aren't you?
Essentially, yeah. In a points position and win position, yes. But as I've mentioned in a few interviews already, we're still struggling to find some sponsorship partners, and we're good for Gateway this weekend in St. Louis. Ison's going to come back on board for that one, so we're really thankful for that. But in Chicago in 2 weeks, we're still looking for some partners to help get us to the racetrack. So as long as we can fill that sponsorship gap and get to the racetrack every week, then we're going to run for a championship, and I think we'll have a good shot at it.
And I think that's the direction we are going. I want people to understand this, is that you have to compete in all these races. That's part of the formula for you to run for the championship, isn't it?
Yeah, that's with NASCAR's new rules is you have to compete full time to be able to be eligible for the championship. So we're doing whatever it takes. We're searching under every rock to try to find that business connection and as you can see here, like I said, everyone works really hard. So I think if we find that right partner, they're going to fall in love with this race team just like I did, and we'll be able to blossom that into something special.
So you said that this is what you have behind you right there. That's your shop. How many trucks do you have in total?
That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 of them. 7. One's off at the body shop right now because I messed up on my part and wrecked it at Texas. So that one's getting fixed up. But we have 7 trucks and 1 speedway truck and 1 dirt truck. So really that takes us down to 5.
That is incredible. And speaking of incredible, you did an incredible job, first of all, for 75 laps, holding off the efforts of Noah Gragson. But that last lap, if we can run through that last lap, we have some video of that last lap. What was going through your head? Because you're an old dirt track racer. We know that. Did any of those skills come into play for your last corner efforts?
Honestly, at the end, man, I was just trying to take out all the emotion I could and just focus on driving my race truck. And pulling him off turn 2 there, I thought I had a little bit of comfort zone, but I knew he'd probably try something. So I actually kind of just backed up my entry into 3, slowed it down, made sure that if he did try that dive bomb pass, I could be able to turn under him and keep it wide open off the corner where I knew I'd have the momentum because he'd be slowing down due to the way he performed the pass. And luckily, that's exactly how it happened. And we beat him to the line. That
sounds like a move that you would have pulled over at Boone or Marshalltown or Stewart. Have you done that at any of those places in a modified?
Oh, for sure. It's a lot like racing on a dry, slick dirt track where, someone can cook it in there on the bottom and try to do a slide job, but you're going to have the momentum off the corner and be able to cross back underneath them. So that's something I learned from a very young age, racing the dirt tracks around Des Moines in the greater Des Moines area when I was 14 in a modified, and I think that pays off, and that experience was obviously beneficial.
There you go. But talk about a happy crowd. What was really neat, Brett, I'm not sure you could see, the crowd did not leave when you left. The people in the grandstands, they stayed. They had something else going on behind us, but Survivor was playing. They had to wait for the celebration to stop before they could get going, Jackie.
Well, you said that you were going to go do a little partying with Survivor if you ended up taking the checkered flag. Did you make your way over there and do a little dancing?
Sadly, I did not. We hung around the track as long as we could after the race, but reality sets in, and we're all competitors, so we had to get back to the shop, get back to work, and try to win again this weekend.
All right, so when did you go back? You won Saturday night, obviously. When were you back in North Carolina?
About 2 a.m. Saturday, or well, I guess Sunday morning. I think we landed at about 1:45. So, yep, and then they had a short night and came in and got to work.
Wow, that's what you do in big-time racing, Jackie.
Absolutely, that's your job.
That is. And your job, young man, was to win some events and get locked into the playoffs. Well, you've done your part. You have won the events. Now we need some sponsors to step up and keep you competitive all season long so you can have a crack at that championship. So we, again, want to say congratulations, Brett. We're proud of you, man. We've been watching you grow up, and what you did Saturday night was just the cherry on top of the sundae.
Thank you. I agree. It was such a blessing. I can't even describe it to be able to do that there and have all your guys' support and everyone in the state of Iowa cheering for us.
All right, buddy. You keep up the great work, and then we'll talk again real soon, all right?
All right, will do. Thank you.
All right. Now, if people want to follow you, Brett, before we let you go, how can they follow along with how you're doing?
On Instagram is at Brett Moffitt Racing with underscores, and Twitter is at Brett Moffitt with an underscore, I believe. So
okay,
make sure to follow along. And also you can follow the race team, which is Hattori Racing Enterprises. So they do a great job of at the track updates, and if we're not on TV, you make sure to follow there.
There you go. So if any sponsors are out there that want to help support Brett in his efforts for capturing a championship, this young man has the skills. We just need to get the financial backing behind him to give him a shot at it. That's all we're asking for. Brett, thank you, buddy. You take care of yourself, and good luck at Gateway this weekend.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on again. I'll look forward to the next time we can do it.
All right, buddy.
Good to see you.
Thank you. There you have it, Brett.